I mean, I'm lit, just being who I am and being who I be. I mean, ain't nobody else can do me like me. I mean, I'm lit, like too lit. Like, they should make another me. Like, you can do you while I do me, cause I'm lit, like L.Y.T. and I'm lit, like, come on, man. I do what I do. I make moves. I step when I choose. I break rules, but, you know, take it nice and slow. But I am who I am and never will change that. I'm lit like L.Y.T.
Yo, what up with y'all? What's this? Good afternoon. We here. Live your truth. I'm Speedy Pooh, sitting here with
Big Les
and
L.Y.T.
Today we want to touch on mental health. Serious thing going on in the world. Something that's hard for people to accept, understand, and to be honest with you, everybody has mental health problems. It's just how you cope with it, in my opinion. So, we just want to touch on some realistic situations of mental health today. I'm gonna let L.Y.T go ahead and start us off.
So one of the questions I want to ask is what can affect our mental health? Like, what are some things y'all think that could be a trigger, or that can be an effect to our mental health?
For me, I think it's like a combination of various different things, like from childhood abuse to family trauma to political situations too. Like, it's a combination of different things that I think it can affect the mental health. Because even when you look at the pandemic, a lot of people didn't know how to cope just being by themselves and having to like literally be in an apartment, a house just by yourself for a week, 2 weeks, a month, or whatever. Like, a lot of people went through depression just during the whole pandemic time. Like, and it, like, I think it kind of like showed people a lot too, and kind of learn a lot about yourself, especially during that time, because you have no choice but to sit still. So it's kind of like,
along with that being an effect on kids too.
You know what I'm saying?
Being like removed from school,
Exactly.
and being antisocial, and now when you put them back into school, it's like a shell shock.
Because you're changing it, like your kid's environment, even for adults, that can affect their mental health too. When you're used to a certain environment, you're used to certain things going a certain way,
Right.
and there's a switch.
Right.
You have to adjust to that now. So that might take a toll on them. Some people learn, can adjust quickly, and other people take time. Some people don't like change. So if they're used to a consistent thing, and you bring change into it, it's going to be like, okay.
And I mentioned to somebody that I feel like since COVID started, that a career that would shoot up is psychology, because of this whole COVID thing and people mental health, having to talk to somebody.
You know what's crazy though? This COVID situation is where, like, losing people and everything, that was, like, to me, the worst part about it. But honestly, I just felt like I was a kid again. Like, and what I mean by that is just like back in the old time where, shit closed on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't get no liquor on Sunday. Like, you know what I mean? It slowed people down a little bit.
Doesn't say you have to sit still.
You know what I mean? But it wasn't, for me, it wasn't like it was, like I talk about kids, it was a big change for them. Like, you know what I mean? Computers and everything was just, everything for them was different. It's so accessible. But it was like, for me back in it just really took me back to just standing in the house, playing games, board games, and, you know what I mean? Spending more time with your family like you used to. Now y'all want to actually maybe sit down and eat dinner because, but you know what I mean? Because you didn't do that before. So now you were forced to just sit back. So it's just like, I look at it like the part of people still wanting to do what they wanted to do in the mix of this shit, like clubbing, like that being that much important to them. It it was like, damn, like damn, like, you know what I mean? You can't really just like turn that music on in the crib.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So then you just start thinking about how people looked at their stress relievers. Even though it ain't judging nobody.
Mm-hmm.
But them going out and them partying was maybe a stress reliever for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was helping them cope with some shit.
Exactly.
So now you putting them in the crib, it was like, you still can do the same thing, though, a little cheaper too. Like, you know what I mean? That bottle ain't $600 no more. I mean, shit. Like, so, I mean, to me, I see more benefit in it than the bad was just the death. And I really just feel like some of it was mental. I feel sick. I'm that, and you start to break your own, you know what I'm saying, mentally scared, you know what I'm saying? Or like, you know what I mean? Like they say, a lot of people that did take the vaccines like, throughout their life, flu shot and all that, those were more, you know, susceptible to get it. So it was like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just deep. It was real deep, because then we don't talk about the flu no more. So like, you know, I don't know. I try to look at everything on a yin and yang situation, because that's life. It's a good and a bad and everything. So it was a plan in it, but then also it was also maybe a lesson too. You know what I mean?
So do you feel like people are too prideful to ask for help?
Yes.
In certain situations.
Until they can't no more. But some people are like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
And some people suffer in silence too.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the suicide rate, it
Mm-hmm.
increased, especially during the pandemic. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's like a lot of times people don't check on the people that you think don't need checking on. You know what I'm saying? The people that you feel like they always got it together. You know what I'm saying? They always straight, they always strong, they always whatever.
Right.
Sometimes it's cool to check on them motherfuckers too, because they be the main ones that
Right.
suffer in silence. You know what I'm saying?
So why do you think people are prideful? Like, what is it to be like?
I think you're too worried about what people think about it. You know, that can affect your pride too. That can affect how you move in life. That can affect how you think in life, because you're so worried about what other people think about you and how they correspond to what you do or how you be. That's stress right there.
Like a weakness?
That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's stress in itself.
And you know what's
Stressing
crazy?
yourself out.
I will feed off of like certain situations. Like, all right, when you drunk, whether people be all tipsy, they don't give a fuck how they looking at that moment. They don't get, girl, you look, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, inhibitions.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You speak in your mind in the moment when you're really mad about some shit, you don't care.
Right.
So take that same shit and keep it. Like, you feel me? Because as you get older, you really don't care. Like, you don't.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in elementary school, you used to care about, oh, you had a boogie in your nose, party.
Right.
Oh, they gonna smell it. You had little buckshots in the back of your neck. Mom, get my peas. Like, and then as you got older, you didn't give a fuck.
Right.
Like, you didn't give a fuck. And then you start to realize that you're comfortable with self.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize the more comfortable with self you are, to realize that people are more comfortable around you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are yourself. So it's at the end of the day, why do you give a fuck if there's things and moments that you done had in your life when you didn't give a fuck? Like, so just
And I feel like when you are yourself, you unconsciously give people permission to be themselves around you too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, they see you in your natural life, that you don't give a fuck, you don't care what people think, you just move how you move.
Right.
And that can encourage them to be like, you know what, yo, I need to be this and like, why, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you can unconsciously give people permission just to be themselves by you being yourself.
Yeah, I think people take things for granted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, mental health, like, is deep. But to be honest with you, it's this. And I feel like it's this from maybe not being exposed. Not, you know what I'm saying, being able to read and find out information on coping. And, like, everybody struggles with mental health. And everybody has an addiction to something. You know what I mean? Whether it's addiction to working out, you know what I'm saying, addiction to just smoking, whatever it is. But
Would you say addiction or a coping mechanism?
no, I'm gonna say addiction, because coping is, I mean, every time you may go through that situation, you will use that to cope. But if you done took that situation and made it a daily situation, that's just you. That's you. It ain't like every time you go through this shit, damn, like, and I can do like every time I talk to my baby mom, man, I gotta have a drink. All right, well, you ain't talk to her today, why you drinking?
As I said, it can lead to it because you get so comfortable doing that.
It becomes
you know what I'm saying, relieve your stress or whatever that situation might be, that it now transcends into your like everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Especially like you said, your baby mom, you'll talk to, but that person's still in your life. True. So you might still feel the stress of it. Maybe you may not have dealt with her today, but she's still in your life though. You feel what I'm saying?
But you know how people, when you hear addiction, you feel like a negative.
A negative connotation with it.
So when you say, like, example, working out is an addiction, but really that's like a positive.
But there are positive addictions though.
Could it be a positive?
I feel like no.
That's to say, it can be bad for you. I think anything, ain't too much anything.
It's correct.
Too much orange juice will fuck up your teeth.
Exactly.
So like too much anything.
But there are positive coping mechanisms like working out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's a positive. It's not a negative.
Like you're working out
or walk.
Yeah. So
talking to somebody.
You work out every day, but you can't
positive.
lift weights. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you're just stretching.
Right.
You stretching, maybe this day you doing cardio. Like you can't be like, oh, every day working out, I'm lifting these weights. You're gonna fuck yourself up.
Right, you gotta switch it up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Maybe the day you just stretching, the next day it's just yoga. It's still working out.
True.
So it's
still
just
positive though.
Yeah,
it's still keeping you out of trouble.
It's just levels to things. You know what I'm saying?
What are some signs that you know if somebody is like struggling with mental health? Is there signs?
Oh yeah. You put on weight, you lose weight, you don't want to eat.
Get away a lot
you know
of
what I'm
shit.
saying? Yeah, like so many different fucking signs. Like
That's for sure.
You tend to pull yourself away from people. You know what I'm saying? Like you become distant, you shut down. Like I shut down like a motherfucker, like for real. So it's like I can be in something and still be distant. You know what I'm saying? I can feel like I'm here, but I'm really not fucking here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so used to certain shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What about those who appear to be okay? You mentioned earlier those who like
they're
look
strong.
okay.
Yeah.
So like how do you reach out to those type of individuals per se?
But it ain't even gotta be like something like
You just
no
gotta
big
see
level.
people.
It's just you know what I'm
You
saying?
just
It's
gotta
like
see
yo.
You should see how this at work for me. It's crazy though. Like it really is crazy, but like you just gotta see people.
A simple text will go a long way. Like, hey bro, just checking on you. Just hope you good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just say, yo, I was thinking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me and my best friend,
you know?
we do this thing. She out in Cali, like, so we do this thing, mental health checks. I text you. She texts me, mental health check. I'm good, I'm chilling, I'm cool. How about yours? She texts me, all right, cool. Talk to you later, like. Just, you know what I mean? It's just, it doesn't have to be. It's just that person know that if they did need you, that's the thing about it is, people that are strong just want to know if I did need, I got it. Right. Because 9 out of 10 times they so strong because they don't have it, so they got to make sure they're strong for self. But now when you know you got people that will do, just because it ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do about what you did for them. It ain't got nothing to do about what you need from them. It's just how are you? And that goes longer. You know what I'm saying? Like it really do. Like prime example, we went to Texas last August or September for a flag tournament, and I stayed in this Airbnb. We had like a laundry room. I went there, watched clothes, met this guy. We was talking. We started talking about forex and trading and shit. Exchanged numbers. He texted my phone like 3 weeks ago. I don't remember who it was. And he was like, yo, remember we had that deep conversation, we was talking about the forex and that? And we was in Texas. I said, yeah. I was like, damn, like, you know what I mean? It was so long ago. He was like, yeah, you just had great energy. And I was like, oh, I feel what you're saying. Because we were just in there just busting it up, just talking about random shit. You know what I'm saying? He was there with this girl, and he was from, what do you say? He was from, like, St. Louis or something. Like, so it was just weird that you just meet random people. Like, it's energy. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, regardless, I always, in my mind, know that people are not born negative. People are not born bad. You feel what I'm saying? What people go through may take them there. What people feel like was not fair. You know what I'm saying? When people don't really understand. When people raise their kids kind of wrong. And what I mean by wrong is by entitled and spoiled. So when shit don't go their way, it's like fuck everybody up. So like, you feel what I'm saying? Instead of understanding that this is life, you want to go through things. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody has to go through shit. Exactly. You can't sit here and pick your kid up. No, let that motherfucker fall. He has to fall. He has to, you know what I'm saying? You can't keep everything, so perfect for your kid. Perfect. Because as soon as they get exposed themselves, they drinking, they wild, because they ain't never, ever.
And they know how to deal with the person.
Yeah, they don't know how to deal with it. It has to be a good and a bad. It has to be a good and a bad.
You gotta balance it.
You have to. Because it just don't happen.
So do you think people who you surround yourself with, whether it's family, friends, whoever, that can be like an impact on your mental health?
I feel like it's not about who you surround. Sometimes you meet people, you figure it out, but do you remove? That's the part. Like, you know what I'm saying? People won't keep people around. I don't know why. Like, people are in your life for seasons. I got elementary friends. I probably thought about it was good friends. I wonder how they are, but I ain't never, I don't know where to see. Probably forgot their whole name. Like,
Right.
But, you know, those were good people. I had the teachers, like, people are in your life for seasons, and I think that people allow to be so attached.
They don't recognize that we're humans, so we naturally get attached. It's hard for us to let people go or let situations go, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, we are here. Now, some people are here, you know, seasonally, and we have to learn how that some people might be here a lifetime and some people might be in season. The point is, we try to hold on so much to the season that we get so attached to them. It's like, when it's time to cut that shit off, it's like you feel like you lost somebody. Like, you have to go through the whole process of grieving somebody and all that shit. And it's just like, bro.
There's a quote I used to hear, people are in your life for a reason and also in your life for a season. It's just distinguishing between the two. Because if you keep them around, but they only put you for the season,
You're going to end up hurt. Every
you're going to
time.
end up just dragging weight, basically.
The way I look at it is like this. Just how like you look at it the season. So you meet somebody, all right, this is how y'all met, all right, cool. First season is cool, we're dealing with how y'all met, whether it's positive or negative. Now, especially if it's not necessarily all in a positive situation, like maybe like, you know, y'all work together, y'all be smoking and chilling after work. All right, cool. All right, season will go by. Is that what you're still doing? You might not be around too long. Because that's not doing anything to empower me, empower you. And it's just like, you know, we both probably still stuck in the same position at work now because obviously we got the same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same bullshit.
Right.
Neither one of us are excelling, so it's just like, we probably won't be friends. You know what I'm saying? Compared to when you start to elevate, have different conversations about shit, didn't know that he thought this way, or damn, you went to that, damn, you listen to rock music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't start to learn more and a person don't start to express more to you and you don't express more to them, then you keep shit limited. It's like, well, that's kind of dangerous because now it's just, it's letting the person in a little bit too much, but now they're watching. It's just too much. It's too much, and it's not genuine. You know it. I'm not really going nowhere with you. We don't really have nothing in common that's gonna really benefit me. Why do I stay here and benefit you? Because I know where I'm going. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it just don't work. And people really will try to, how can I say, make you feel like your drive is wrong. Or you always think you right. Or you this, you that, you that. Motherfucker, you ain't gotta be around me. The fuck? Like, if all that irritates you, dismiss yourself.
Right.
But that don't mean I'ma change.
Right.
For what?
I think was it Nipsey Hussle, he mentioned don't put your expectation on me.
Right, you did in the interview.
Or you'll be disappointed.
Because I'm control myself. I always have control of me and my actions and my attitude. If I feel like I step out of line, I'm gonna check myself.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But don't expect me to act how you want me to act, because I'm gonna be true to me regardless, bro. And some things you might like, some things you're not gonna like.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna sleep at night, bitch. I ain't about to hurt myself because of you. You feel what I'm saying?
Now, do you think some people fall into the expectation of somebody
Yeah.
and confuse it with the reality of an individual?
The potential of somebody.
You gotta meet them where
Yeah,
they
you
at.
fall in love with people fall in love with potentials all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, this girl has the potential to be this, or this guy has the potential to be that. I can see.
Instead of saying, fuck it, want to be first.
Thank you.
What
Instead
wanna
of
do with your life?
seeing them for where they are, who they are in that fucking moment, you're putting it someplace else. You know what I'm saying? We do that to ourselves all the time. We get in relationships because we see the potential. No, fuck
Don't
that
forget about
potential shit.
choice.
Well, where we at right now?
Right.
Are we compatible right now? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? You know what I'm saying? What are your morals? How do you feel about certain things?
Right.
What are your political views? What are your religious? No. The Bible tell you let's two agree we can't walk together, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I don't plan to be unequally yoked with no fucking body. You know what I'm saying?
But we in this new world though, to where as though you might not even get that because they ain't even saying checking you, watching you, right? So now they want to be everything that you saying you want. You feel what I'm saying? So now you sitting here talking to them, telling them what you want to be, and they ain't got none of that shit. But now they with that. I wanted that, and I wanted that, and then you roll with the shit, but you don't want none of that shit. You don't want it. You don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like at the end of the day, it's like I think Kevin Hart said it. Like, damn, everybody want my life, but then when you see what it is to live my life, y'all don't want to do this shit. Y'all don't want to do it. So it's just like at the end of the day, why? Fucking why? Don't hit on it.
Trust me.
Just watch it from afar.
Bend that, you gotta leave potential alone.
Watch it from afar. People really don't understand sometimes that you are who you are. You feel me? But they want to sometimes, how can I say, either pipe you up or put you lower than what you are. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, all you can do is just be positive. And if a motherfucker's always just negative, and the negative ain't talking about helping me, then what the fuck?
You gotta realize
Like, yeah,
read it.
like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I feel like, you know, people just really, really pit too much into people they just met compared to people they know. And they ain't got nothing to do with relationships or nothing. They could be friendships, co-workers, bosses, whatever. And you be like, damn, me and Marty been friends since we was 12 years old. I ain't never known Marty PIN number, Marty ain't never known my PIN number. So you be with a girl a year, 6 months, she know your PIN number.
Well, I mean, like, that was I did it though. Sometimes people you meet, you know, tomorrow can have better attention than people you know your whole fucking life though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But where does the trust come in? I don't even know my mom PIN number to her damn. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you think about certain shit, you just be like, why? And the only reason why is because we're in a different world. You don't want to think like that, but you gotta think how this world is moving. And it's just like what they say, the Mona Lisas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all this shit right here, I think that's the fucking up the mental health. The social media, all this shit. All this shit. I used to whoop ass in high school. Ain't nobody got no videos of that shit. Embarrassing the bitch later, a month later, mustn't that shit make her want to kill herself. And she ain't feeling bad about that shit. It's literally like, you get your ass whooped now, shit.
That's old.
Motherfuckers in it, they don't even know it. And it's sad because that's what we in. That's just what we in right now. We in the, pull out your camera before you even get safe for fucking coverage for yourself. Like, you sit here right under the shit. Bitch, what the news, she trying to get the news job. You know, them journalists, they be out there in the dangerous weathers and shit, out there trying to get this damn episode for nothing. You would think they was getting paid for this shit.
No, they get it for likes. You know, they get page promotion for their own, you know what I'm saying? You get the best fight, you hit Shade Room, everybody gonna get paid.
But you know, that's America though, right? Like in them other countries, they don't allow that shit. All these negative ass videos and shit. Like America allows this shit. They don't let them put up these negative, like it's all about teaching. This shit right here, America on some shit. Yeah, America on some shit. I don't know. I might be moving out this motherfucker. Now I said I'd never go out the country. I really did, but I've been meeting a lot of people from a lot of other places, and it's like, there's this movie called Island. I think it came out in 2019, and they was cloning people. People wanted to live forever. So they would clone them, and then when they were born, they would be born the size of the person now, but their mentality still would be a baby and they hadn't developed and shit. So then like when the actual person got sick, when she needed her heart or whatever, she would go get her actual clone, take their heart, and then now these people are living regular on this like plantation or whatever, but they're thinking that when they get picked, it's like a lottery pick and they're going to the island. And it's like a beautiful on the beaches and they just get to live there. It's like a lottery pick. But really, literally, they're going to get picked and they're going to die. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they're doing it to however the person may need. One lady was in there, she was pregnant. She gave birth to a baby, they killed her, and she gave it to her real clone. Like, it's just, like, stop trying to control shit. Like, the social media, you know what I'm saying? Like, all this shit is making things, the choice different. Yes, everybody has choice, but the choice is starting to be like, damn, if I had this, you got a better choice than me. Or if I had this, you got a better choice than me. Or I had this, and like, you got a better life than me just because of what you see on the TV. But that shit don't even be there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, damn. Like K. Michelle done told y'all, these ass shots, all this, look, bitch. Like, stop. Like, stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it comes to a point where it's like, stop doing what you see. Do what you feel. And it's just like,
so with that, do you feel like with these younger generation, like kids?
Oh, it ain't even the younger generation. This motherfucker's my age, older. They going through this age crisis.
I'm just saying, like for the younger generation, for the future wise, like with social media, like
we fucked.
How do you feel?
We fucked.
There's gonna be a lot of self confidence already going on. You know what I'm saying?
But like kids are smarter.
Social media.
That's what I'm saying. I was supposed to say that too. I think it's the flip side.
Yeah,
because
kids are smarter.
it's a negative to it, but then you understand our kids are smarter. this technology shit. It's like they get into it, and it's like they're becoming so advanced at such a young age.
But they're getting advanced, but the basic fundamentals like penmanship,
Oh yeah, that's
they losing at the same time. So,
but it's like it's broken.
I asked the kid the other day.
Honestly, and you see this world going, it's gonna be more tech shit. So it's like,
but what if that tech is removed?
Like for
if
example,
it is removed, then you go back to.
Think about it. They so mentally dependent on technology. If you remove it,
yeah, you're crazy. I'm telling you, I don't know what to do.
I'm trying to imagine a world without technology.
I was loving
really,
it. I don't know. For me, I really was loving it. Besides like the little video game, the regular shit. Like fuck when it was going online. Fuck just playing the game with the person in the house.
yeah.
But
Now
it's technology.
somebody be in the house now with you.
But you see what I'm saying?
But the advancement of it took you from out your house now.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like now you can play with your cousin just back and forth. No, you can't play. I'm playing online. I'm playing this dude. No, I got you next game. You don't even give a fuck about the motherfuckers in the house.
Think about it. If you see a kid now and you take away a phone or something,
Oh yeah, they're gonna go through a drug.
they don't know what to do. They're gonna
start crying, throw tantrums.
Listen, we went out last weekend, and me and my fiance and our daughter, we went out. As soon as we got in the car, can I have your phone? Ain't you? Nah, my phone might die in the truck. I can I have your phone? Nah. Well, how long is it? Well, we gotta go. About 45 minutes. We had to give her the phone. You know what I'm saying? Because and it's weird because for me, I would just be sitting, looking out the window, chilling, listening
But
to
we from a different
music.
generation.
I understand it a lot.
Caught up, but it's also how you raise your kids. If you look at the Amish,
they know like that.
Amish people don't have no technology, quote unquote, right?
True.
So their kids raised in a different environment. So it's all how you raise your kids. If you don't want your kids exposed to that type of stuff,
But where's the tradition?
then it's like,
but where's
limited. You still have control over your household.
Yeah, you do. But the tradition of it, whereas though like it's been taken, it's us. Like I ain't gonna lie. What's it called being Americanized? Cause that's the fucking word. Like you feel what I'm saying? To whereas though like our shit ain't. They're like, you know what I'm saying? That's why when other people come over, they stick with their religion.
Right.
They stick with their culture and how their traditions are. What are ours? Like, you know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving, like what are ours to where as though it's like what we did do to keep fear in our kids with their ass. You take that away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what is it that we keep that was ours? You know what I'm saying? Like, literally a little black kid would see a white person, a little kid talk to their parents like they're black. Shit, now they talking to their parents like that.
Right.
So it's hard because normally kids will wait when they wasn't around their parents to not act fools.
Again, I feel like it's how you're raised. It starts.
So to bring it back, do you feel like technology has a strong impact on mental health, especially the young kids?
Yeah, because there's so much on the social media, like y'all both said.
Right.
So if I have a kid and they're in my house, I pay your phone bill, right?
Right.
I pay the computer bill, right?
Right.
I pay the laptop bill, right? So how you having access to shit if I ain't giving you access to shit?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If I'm already training you from a youngin' to love books, to love being outdoors, to love doing different shit from a youngin', it's already in you. If something in you is in you, nobody can take that from you. Just like growing up in church, it's in me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I haven't been to church like in a minute,
Right.
but it's in me. It's the little.
Right.
You know, some days I wake up and I be like, bro, I feel like getting shit, but it's like I need to find. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's in you. It's how you raised.
Right.
How you're raised.
But you know the part about it, 100% right. But the fucked up part about it, the motherfucker that's raising them, they're like, dude.
Exactly. So it's on the fucking parent. Thank you. Thank
They
you.
sit here like, shut the fuck up, sit down.
Thank you.
Huh, take the shit. I'm gonna do this.
Thank you.
So
Exactly.
they don't have patience.
Right.
At all.
We come from old school fucking parents. My mommy only had to give me a fucking look. And I know what the look means.
No,
Get your
facts.
shit together.
Facts.
Nowadays you got babies raising babies. So what the fuck y'all expect?
Right.
Like what do you expect? In my household, when I have my kids, oh trust me, things are different. Because I pay the fucking bills.
Right.
Ain't no child gonna rule me. I can rule my parents.
Right.
What the fuck you think this is?
Right.
Alright then.
That's what she said.
Oh, no shit.
No, but it's facts though. That's definitely facts. Like parents with
It's
technology and it's being transferable to the kids, and it's like we don't realize how the impact is.
You be like, parents be like,
Because the parents don't the social
kids be
media
sitting
too.
right here.
And kids only mimic what you do. A young kid start cursing, you out where they get it from.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
daddy. I hear daddy used the F word. I hear mommy used the B word.
Right. Kids
Kids mimic what you do.
Put that little boy in there.
Give me that tail. So,
I'm not that. I'm wrong.
what the fuck?
Shit, yo.
Like if you don't gotta your house. Well, your kid get up like getting so panicky because they ain't got no fucking TV or they ain't used to it.
Right.
Let me take a book away from them, they might act up because why? They used to it.
Yeah. They used to it.
I would say that though, and you know, whereas though, you know, if a kid plays a sport, that's a choice that they chose to do. So if you do good in that sport, that's cool. That's what you're supposed to do because that's what you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're going to do, what you're supposed to do is school. So that is going to always be double praise. So you can sit here and score 40 points. That's what's up. You can sit here and get all A's. Like, yo, we trying to go. You want a car? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The different of the prize of what you give them and what you make important will also connect with the kid.
I know one
Exactly.
time-
That's how my parents was in school too. You get all A's, what you want.
Rewarded.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like report cards. You could bring on B's, then not B's, C's, D's, and F's, and you still getting the latest Jordans, bro. That's you're reinforcing bad behavior.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The kids don't feel like they gotta work hard in school because they still gonna get what they want. Bro, I couldn't get shit.
I couldn't. Nothing.
Like,
One time I worked, I wanted to go to school, basketball practice, and go to work back to back. And made my grades for my mom, like, yeah, cut them hours back.
Yeah, it's like priorities.
I feel like no attention. The lack of attention that kids get these days, the level of respect that they have for adults because they're talked to as though they're adults. You know what I mean? He talks to the kids as though they're their homies. And the fact of the matter that I can look outside and you be like, how old are you? Ooh, somebody behind you? You out here by yourself? No, my friends down the street, your friends.
I seen a kid in the street,
But you know the worst part is you can't even tell these kids nothing. Because they go home and tell their parents and their parents are going to whoop your ass because you're trying to talk sense into their kid.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old here cursing like they're grown ass woman. We try to correct them. Don't talk to my child like that. Who are you to try? Are you serious?
I seen a kid in there in my neighborhood one time, a little motor cart thing, and the adult that was with him, and he going this way, and they in the phone, and I'm like, and I sat there, I'm about to drive, and I'm like, let me just watch how this gonna go. And then it's, oh yeah, come back over here, and I'm like,
But you know what's crazy though? Kids their age in another country still could be out, one of y'all doing that, but it's a different type of vibe. Different what they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They going to go get the water for the family. Like, these motherfuckers over
The
here.
way some of these American kids talk to their parents never in a million years.
Never.
When you have a Bahamian.
And I ain't-
What? You about talking who? You raising your voice to who? You slamming down who house? Yo, stop like.
I think I was in a restaurant I was at one time when the kid had like a little tablet. As soon as the parent took it, the kid falling on the floor, screaming, and I'm like, and they're like, oh, just get up, and I'm like, nah, it's not like this. This a new
Too late.
new age, because back then, bro, that was snap upside your head.
But I didn't even need that much because all I know
Or
is
just
just
a
give me a
look.
look. That's it.
My mom gave me a
A
look.
look, that's it.
You
My mom
right
could be in the
there.
church choir, I sitting down in the pew.
You probably can ask any mom right now, has they ever heard the I guarantee you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Yo,
Because they so scared to hurt the kid. I want her to breathe. They so scared to hurt the kid.
yo, crack on, you can't breathe.
You like,
Shit. They
And I'm
ain't
not saying
heard
this
that.
shit happen like people purple. His Christ though. I was like,
bro, you be like, I'm on the phone though.
I was like, yo.
And peep this though, you ain't never ever in your life cried like that for nothing.
For nobody.
Yo,
For nothing else.
Yo.
You ain't nothing else. Nothing.
Come on,
You can feel some hurt.
No.
Nothing.
Bro,
What the fuck? Not that was only when you got your ass whooped.
shoot, you playing the yard, something happen to you, Miami, something that you believe. No, right? You right. Don't worry about it. Like,
But you
I seen
know,
the blood.
the mental health is serious. I feel like sometimes it could be a situation where, so like, I look at like people out here taking these drugs and these pills and shit like that for depression and shit, and you're not depressed. Now, when you go through some shit, you need that, and some realize that is actually helping you. You don't even know that you're depressed because you just been taking the drug on some regular, just trying to get high. Now, when you're actually going through some shit, you're still taking it regular, but now you realize that it's making you feel better. You coping with it, so now you're just doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a lot of things that people just really, to be honest, they take life for granted. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? If you got one arm, you got one leg, one hand, whatever the case may be, you got life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like, you know, you always can inspire you to do something. You always can be an influence on somebody, no matter what you went through. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you look like. But it's just the fact of the matter that people don't understand. And, you know, I ain't never been in that mental state to where I wanted to, you know, kill myself. So I can't really speak on it like that, to where the things feel like it's just that bad. But all I know is that I didn't bring myself here. So why would I take myself out? Like, it's just, and it's sad. It's easier said than done. But it's just like, I can't do something that I didn't start. Like, because I don't even know how it started. You know what I'm saying? From how it started or to where's the what I'm about to do, where I'm about to go. All I know is that, yeah, right now it's bad, and tomorrow they're my fucking nerves, but then it's like, all right, well, what is my level of importance? Because if this is money, fuck it, be broke. If it's, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, if you have nowhere to put your head or figure out, like, it's just, I feel like, but people go through shit. But at the same time, if it's because of how you treated somebody and now that you lost them or you did this, that's life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, your mistakes and what you made, don't let them eat you up to where it's though, you know what I'm saying? You can't live your own life. Everybody makes mistakes. So people do need people to talk to. But at the same time,
I feel like sometimes when people are at their lowest though, and they feel like they can't talk to nobody, they feel like nobody will understand it, nobody will get it on the stuff, and they're at the point where they're ready to commit suicide. And you always tell, like, you know, the people that's really going to commit it from the people that's not. The people that's actually just seeking attention. Because the niggas that really going to go through it, they're not going to let you know. They're not letting you know that, oh yeah, I'm about to go, I'm thinking about, no. It's just literally going to fucking happen.
I thought about it one time.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. You get to a point where it's just like, bro, you feel like you're just better off not being here. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you something.
Like, life is just, you know, going, like, it don't matter. Like, shit, like, just, you know what I'm saying?
I was a little girl, I had sex with a boy. I thought my period came on too late. I said, man, ooh, my period will come around. I'm thinking my mom won't kill me any fucking way. I said, my period will come around, I'm taking all these pills. It was like Volatile or some shit. Shit, next day my period came on. And then, like, real shit, like, that was the only time I ever thought of that. But it wasn't, and then when I thought about that, and then when I got grown, I'm sitting here like, the shit that you be so scared about, what your parents gonna feel about you when you do this, it ain't even that. So that started to tell me, stop doing this. If this is this, like, speak, you have to. Because if you leave this shit in here, whoo, I can see how people can't do it. I can see. Like they say, when you say and you get all hype, you raise your blood pressure, and you don't release that energy, that's bad for the heart. Bitch, you want, listen, I'm not arguing with you. We fighting? Are we fighting? You know what? Because, no, dead serious, because man, you got me all hyped, I'm mad, and we're not even gonna fight, just, you know, leave me the fuck alone, please, leave me the fuck alone. Or I have to be able to control myself in a situation that makes me angry. One or the other. But we gotta really understand what we doing to self. When we leave shit in here, when we start thinking without even expressing it. Because sometimes we be assuming shit. This seemed like that. Because you was seeing your phone didn't say this. I swear to God, yes it did. But this fucking technology though. We gonna believe this motherfucker, this shit fuck up all the time. No service, no nothing. But no, because it said this, why I didn't do that? It said when you was on do not disturb. Your phone said it. Look, I screenshotted it when it did it. Damn, all your shit is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? All your shit fucked up over some technology. Like, real shit.
Right.
Real shit. Right. Fuck this shit. Yeah. It is what it is.
But yes, you can be fucked up over some lies too. People lie to your fucking face. And that's worse.
But you know, not really, because they're human beings lie. Human beings lie. And at the end of the day, when you was little, whether you was lying to get out of some trouble or some shit, it ain't mean that you ain't give a fuck about your mom. What you didn't want that person to feel about you mattered more. So now you're like, no, I don't want them to know that about me. I don't want them to think that shit about me, man. I ain't even cool. So you know, man, yeah, I got a flat tire, you know what I'm saying? That's regular shit going to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want them to think I'm always late all the time. So you come with these drastic ass stories.
No, I'm talking like, I get it. It's white lies and it's like real hardcore like lies. So what I'm saying is like, either way, to me, like a lie's a lie. You know what I'm saying? But especially if I'm asking you though.
But it ain't no. Like, I thought about this with parents and shit. And like, people like, Mom, why you didn't do this with my dad? Or why this? Why it happened like this? And your parent will tell you something weird or whatever. And then you come out and find out what the truth was. Baby, I didn't know how to tell you that. Because I didn't know how to tell you I couldn't be here for you.
But
I didn't know how to do that.
I respect it because then again, the truth comes out. You see, people always respect the truth. You know what I'm saying? You respect the truth of our lives any day of the fuck.
Depending on the person. How the fuck you ain't nothing to do? You knew you had a kid? You knew you loved it? So it depends. They may feel, you may feel that way.
I feel it, but for me, that's what I'm saying. I can only talk for myself.
That's not what
I respect truth. I respect
me too.
honesty.
Yep, me
give
too.
it to me ugly, give it to me raw. I don't give a fuck how you give it to me. Just give me the fucking truth.
We live in the shelter. It's cool, mom. We cool.
Because me, a motherfucker with trust issues, no.
Right.
You're gonna fuck your own self up doing
Right.
this shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. So then, it also like, what had to be on you though. You gotta be 100% truthful about every fucking thing. And then it's like some shit you can, some shit you can't be. Some shit may be the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a situation where you be like...
But timing is everything, so I get what you're saying. It's a time and place for everything.
Because sometimes, depending on that place that you took that person down, we don't know what mental state they was in. And now you done took them back to that spot.
True.
So now it's like...
That's
it's hard.
Timing is everything, but as long as the truth still comes out.
But what if it's hard?
You know what I'm saying?
What if it's hard? Like, for example, like, what if a mom be like, I ain't had no money, I had to go do this for money to go get this. It may be hard for her to repeat that shit.
No. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Some truths are your truths.
Yeah.
And that's some truths you say to your grave with you because they are your...
But you ask me the question, like, no, I've been in this room by myself for a long time now.
You know what I'm saying?
She don't want to tell you why.
What?
Like, no, for real.
But you talking about prostitution?
No, not even state prostitution. She got really doing some drugs. I ain't come out, why you looking like that?
But I feel like, all right, in that type of situation too, at the end of the day, your mom's still gonna be rich because at a certain age, because, you know, like, I found out some shit about my mom in my adult years that she probably never would have told me as a kid. Again,
You wasn't old enough.
Great timing. It's a time and place for every fucking, but as long as the truth still comes out, why you still lying to me 20, 30, 40 years down? Why? You're grown, I'm grown. Why are we still lying about this shit?
Right.
That's the problem I have. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And some truths, again, are your truths. Take it to your fucking grave.
But for some reason, in black families, they don't shut the fuck up. Everybody knows. And that's the problem. That's why they don't want to tell nobody shit. You told who? Oh my God, why would you tell them that?
Right.
You know, you don't want to come around. You feel like you start to feel your own feelings of what you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times, ain't nobody bringing that shit down to the table. You want to talk about it.
Right, so then nobody bring it up. But it's like somebody asks you a direct question
And they
years
never
later, why are we still, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we still lying about it?
What brought this up? Who
You know what I'm saying?
you talk to? Hey, got all these other questions.
Right, because they don't want to answer the question, but at the same time, like, be grown now. I understand why you didn't tell me, Mom, when I was a kid.
But I understand now.
But I'm grown now.
What about those? What about, I'm
about
like devil's advocate. What about those at an older age still can't understand?
Then them motherfuckers, you leave them where they at. You feel what I'm saying? But if you have a person that's mature enough, and you know when somebody's mature enough, the truth affects them. What the fuck is we're at an age now. That's like a mom not telling her kid who their real daddy is. But at a certain point, it's like, when you gonna be honest with your child? You know what I'm saying?
Because you have to get that out because, like, you know, I've been learning with all this meditation and everything like that. That's blockage. Like that you haven't wanting to know something, and even if they don't tell you, just that you want to ask it. So fuck it if you don't tell me. At least that shit going, all right, I ain't gonna answer that. It's not stuck in there. You know, because there's a lot of blockage when you're involved in this shit. And you know, if you get your answer, you do. You don't. But you gotta accept it and just move on. But I do feel like you always gotta say it though.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. You gotta get your ass. What you gonna be lying about? For real.
You gotta say it.
So to you, to each of us, if you could describe mental health to you in one word,
I missed the first one. Sorry.
To each of us, like if you could describe mental health in one word, how would you describe it?
Life.
Took yours.
Mental health in one word. Abuse.
Okay.
Faith.
I was gonna say trauma, but
Yeah, it's she took life.
experiences.
Trauma.
So if you could describe mental health in a positive word, what would you use?
Counseling. Like just trying to, like, if you are experiencing stuff like that, you are going through problems, you are going through situations, especially if you feel like you can't talk to people you know. Sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger. So whether it's your guidance counselor, you're in high school, or you're an adult, you know, seek help, seek a therapist, you know, get what you need. So for me, that would be that.
Like evolution.
You said evolution.
I feel like it's just the stages. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you're supposed to. Life is not Pleasantville. And people gotta also think about it, even good shit is mental health problems. Like, it's a kid out here, parent rich, they never home. He got everything he want, they're never home. He just one time.
Yeah.
He had everything he wanted, he can order what he wants, his friends come over, but they're just never the fuck home. And that's all he want them to be is home. He don't want shit else. You know what I'm saying? He got everything he want in the world. So I just really feel like it's just the fact that, to be honest with you, I ain't even gonna say the word evolution. I'm gonna say voice, like speaking. Like, because sometimes people don't know what they do to you until you say it. They may not see it in the way you do. But your voice could be the best help that you could get.
Get or give.
Because ain't nobody in my reader.
And just to piggyback on that, even if they don't receive it the way you said it, like it's still good for you to say your piece. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people not gonna receive your message the way you intend for them or you thought they might receive it. Because for every action, there's a reaction. We're all different human beings. You know what I'm saying? So what might have you act out in a certain way, it may not have you act out, and that's okay. You get what I'm saying? So, but give people room to be them, and give people room to receive whatever it is you're telling them. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth hurts, and sometimes people can't take hearing about them in a negative way. So you gotta give them that room. You feel what I'm saying? That's that grace. You want somebody to give you that grace. You feel what I'm saying?
Sometimes when you get older, you gotta word it differently. So
exactly. And what you say is how you say it sometimes.
You can't say, you know, you did this to me when I was younger than I did. Hey, I ain't did shit to you. But you like, you know, when I was younger, you made me feel. You can't tell me how I feel.
Thank you.
You can't tell me how I feel. You made me feel this way when you left me. You made me feel this way instead of telling them what they did.
Exactly.
Like, they know what they did. But now I'm going to tell you how it felt from what you did.
Trust me. And people might forget what you say, but they never forget how you make them fucking feel. Especially, bro. Trust me.
I told them at work that when I was leaving, I went to the new spot, I said, man, some of y'all may never see me again. Y'all never forget me. And they like, nah, you going to always leave an impression on where you at, man. You always got to leave an impression on where you at. And that's just how I look at it. Like, at my funeral, people come from all over. And it's like, is she, it's all that me. I'm like a motherfucker. Because it's going to be truth. It's going to be truth. You got to live your truth. And that's what everybody going to say. Hands to their way.
10 toes down.
But I don't know, sometimes my pinky go lift up.
But you're still standing though, you know what I mean?
I would say, for me, wisdom.
Okay.
I know I could be very analytical and over-analytical. So in this situation, I'm going to use us three. And I say wisdom as an example. We each kind of touched on our own personal experiences of our own mental health and our own trauma and experiences. So you see how now we're able to use our voice to word it, and who knows where our voices will be heard by, but that will be able to be wisdom from us to give to somebody else if we went through our own. So that's why I say wisdom. I like that.
Well, I feel like a good spot to kind of like close it out a little bit. That was a great conversation. You know what I'm saying?
We're ready for this game.
I know, you gotta get out of here.
Hey man, y'all can check it out. Stream live, our network. You ain't gotta go out your house. Right now. I'm gonna have to change clothes, stuff, extra drawers. Since I don't like wet drawers, it's gonna be weird.
I got a word for the day.
Alright. I'm gonna let you get your word of the day.
You want to say it?
No, you got it. You got it, Doc. You got it, Doc.
So the word of the day is autodidact.
Okay, autodidact.
AUTODIDACT. And that means a self-taught person.
Okay.
So,
Use it in a sentence.
Huh?
Use it in a sentence.
I'm a very autodidact individual.
Alright, see that, people?
You know what I'm saying?
English.
We are all autodidact individuals.
Yo, thank you for tuning in with us. You know what I'm saying? With Teek, Pooh, Big Les, we always appreciate you. Until next time,
Be blessed.
always
Be lit.
all that shit. Be
True.
you, be
Stay
true,
safe.
be lit, all that. Be true, be you, be lit, all that. Just take 10 toes down. Always be
Who I
you.
be, I mean,
God bless.
ain't nobody else can do me like me. I mean, I'm lit, like too lit. Like, they should make another me, like, you can do